Did you know that Genghis Khan's conquests might have wiped out up to 10% of the world's population during his reign? That's not just a staggering statistic, it's a chilling reminder of the scale of devastation one man and his armies could unleash upon the world. Imagine, for a moment, the ripple effect of such loss. Entire families, communities, and cultures simply erased from history. Historians estimate his campaigns led to the deaths of 40 to 60 million people, an almost unimaginable toll. These weren't just soldiers on the battlefield but civilians, artisans, scholars, and children. The Mongol invasions left behind a trail of mass graves and shattered cities, their stories lost to time. That's not just a number, that's entire civilizations erased. Empires that had stood for centuries were reduced to dust, their monuments toppled, their languages silenced. The Mongol onslaught didn't just change borders, it wiped entire peoples from the map. Genghis Khan, the very name sends a chill down my spine. He's a figure shrouded in both awe and terror, a man whose legend has only grown darker with time. He's celebrated as the ultimate conqueror, the mastermind who united the warring Mongol tribes and built the largest land empire in history. His military genius is undeniable, and his ability to inspire loyalty among his followers is the stuff of legend. But when you dig beneath the surface, you'll find a legacy soaked in blood and fear. The stories that survive are often those of terror, of cities burned, of rivers running red, of survivors haunted by memories of destruction. Today, I'm diving into the brutal, often overlooked secrets of Genghis Khan's reign. We'll peel back the layers of myth to reveal the harsh realities that shaped his empire. The challenge? Reconciling the myth of the great Mongol unifier with the reality of his ruthless tactics. Was he a visionary leader, or simply the most effective destroyer the world has ever known? On one hand, Genghis Khan brought stability to a fractured land, giving the Mongols a shared code of law, the Yasa. This code was strict, but it brought order to chaos, and for many Mongols it meant a new sense of unity and purpose. He promoted loyalty and justice, at least among his people. The bonds between his warriors were forged in battle and hardship, and betrayal was met with swift, brutal punishment. But every victory came at a horrifying cost. The Mongol way of war was total, no mercy for those who resisted, no sanctuary for the defeated. His armies swept across Asia, leaving trails of destruction. Villages were torched, fields salted, and survivors forced to flee or face enslavement. Cities that resisted were razed, their populations massacred or enslaved. The Mongols made examples of those who dared to defy them, ensuring that word of their brutality spread far and wide. The Mongols didn't just win battles, they crushed entire societies to make an example. Their message was clear: surrender and survive, or resist and face utter destruction. It's impossible to ignore how psychological warfare became his weapon of choice. Genghis Khan understood that fear could be as powerful as any sword or arrow. Imagine waking up to find your neighboring city turned to ash, its people wiped out. The terror would spread faster than any army, breaking the will of entire regions before a single Mongol horseman appeared on the horizon. That's the terror Genghis Khan used to break his enemies long before his armies arrived. The mere rumor of his approach was enough to send cities into panic, sometimes surrendering without a fight. No one was safe, men, women, and children alike. The Mongol war machine spared no one, and the stories of survivors are filled with horror and loss. He employed spies, scouts, and misinformation to spread panic, making resistance feel hopeless. The Mongols were masters of deception, often exaggerating their numbers or staging elaborate ruses to confuse their enemies. The dark heart of his empire lay in mass executions. These were not isolated incidents but calculated acts designed to instill terror and obedience. When cities refused to surrender, the cost was total annihilation. The Mongols would leave nothing behind but ruins and silence. Some accounts estimate that entire regions lost half their populations in just a few years. The demographic impact was so severe that some areas never fully recovered, even centuries later. And wherever the Mongols went, ancient cultures were swept aside, libraries burned, communities wiped off the map. The loss wasn't just human, it was cultural, intellectual, and spiritual. If you want one brutal example, look no further than the siege of Ningxia. This city, once a thriving center of culture and trade, became a symbol of Mongol ruthlessness. After months of resistance, the city fell. The defenders fought bravely, but in the end, they were overwhelmed by the relentless Mongol assault. Genghis Khan ordered the execution of every last person, no exceptions. The city's population was wiped out, its streets left eerily silent. It sent a message to the world: defy me, and face utter destruction. The fate of Ningxia became a warning that echoed across continents. So here's the brutal truth. Genghis Khan was both a nation builder and a destroyer on a scale the world had never seen. His legacy is a paradox. He created order from chaos, but did so through chaos and bloodshed. His empire shaped history, but it did so through unimaginable violence. The scars of his conquests are still visible in the ruins and legends scattered across Asia and beyond. Now, I want to know what you think. Can we separate the achievements from the atrocities, or are they forever intertwined? Was Genghis Khan a visionary leader or a merciless tyrant? Is it possible for one person to be both at once? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm eager to hear your perspective on this complex, controversial figure. And if you're fascinated by history's shadowy figures, check out my other videos. I promise, there's plenty more darkness to uncover. The past is full of secrets, and together, we can shine a light on them.